Shooter M. Gavin asked us a question. He asked, what if the client won't budge on the design? Few reasons why your client won't budge on the design, right? The first one might be you're showing them a design that is not objectively good. What do I mean by that? The design that you're showing them has something off about it, but the client doesn't know how to pick out what's wrong with it. They seem like they're coming off as difficult, but in actuality, you're showing them something that there's just something off. When you look at it, it just feels like something's out of place. The proportions aren't right. The composition is weird or something like that, but they're not gonna know that. They're not gonna know how to explain the changes that they want made to it. So they're just gonna come off as difficult, right? That means you need to get used to creating designs that are objectively good. Like no matter who looks at them, they're gonna think, wow, that's actually really well done. It's kind of like feng shui with interior design, right? Composition with designs has a feng shui. There's things that you do and little tricks that you do to make it all look so good that no matter who looks, they don't know why it looks so good. They can't pinpoint the small little reasons why it just to the eye is so pleasing, but when they look at it, it's just, wow, that's just, it has a harmony to it, right? That's the first thing. You're not showing them an objectively good design. Second thing, I would say, they're going to the wrong artist for the type of work that they want. So they're coming to you, they have an idea of what they want, and in their head, they have exactly what they want, and then the way you do your work doesn't match up with the type of work that they want done. So from the gate, it was kind of like a mismatch because they didn't go to the right person for what they wanted. You're always gonna butt heads a little bit with someone that isn't on the same page as you, so you got to be on the same page, or at least know how to talk to them to be on the same page and kind of like compromise on both sides to get the job done, right? I'd say the last thing that it might be is you're not selling the design to them enough for them to feel comfortable with you moving forward with it. The design isn't always going to speak for itself for everybody, right? A lot of it is going to do with how you present it to them. A lot of people just have their design and then they're going to walk up to the client and then they're going to show them and they're just going to wait for their reaction, okay? So when they wait for their reaction like that, it's kind of like all the pressure is on the client in that moment to be like yes or no with no context about the design, and that's a lot of pressure. So sometimes they might feel the need to push back on something just because they feel like they have to, right? In actuality, you need to present it to them in a way where you feel confident about the design. You're explaining the reasons why you put this there and why this will fit good right here, or why this rides with the shape of their tricep and this sits on the delt really nice. Just think about stuff like that, because that might seem like very basic information to the artist, but you'd be surprised at how detailed of a description that is to a client. And when they get that type of explanation, they start to see the design from your eyes and they could appreciate it for what it really is, the way you see it. They won't skip out on a really good design, because even if it's a good design, they might give you a pushback just because you're not explaining it to them the right way. So just learn how to present ideas to your clients in a way that makes them feel really comfortable. Give a detailed description, even the little details that you think aren't important to mention it to them, and it's going to make them feel really comfortable moving forward. And then let them know that you would be really excited to do that piece. And honestly, like the interaction between client and artist is something that's underrepresented. I feel like a lot of artists don't take the time to get better at their people skills when it comes to that, and it's not a waste of time. It is only going to help you, it's only going to help the client, and it's going to make you give off a more professional presence about yourself. And that's really important if you really want to get to the next level of your tattooing.